If you only like believe in those thoughts and only listen to those thoughts, you've kind of put me in this box as Craig is this person. And so stepping out of our thoughts is walking into the room and seeing me, looking in my eyes, being silent, and being like, wow, who's that? Who's that? Like I could look at you and, come up with a list of things that you are. So stepping out of our thoughts is stepping into our direct experience. And like I was saying earlier, my direct experience of you is you have this beauty that just pours out of you, this innocence that pours out of you, and this strength. And I'm just noticing like the direct experience of you. And none of those are like real thoughts, those are my actual experience of your essence. And so our invitation is can we meet people on the level of their essence? And in fact, it's like when we fall in love with someone, we don't fall in love with someone because they're a mountain biker. We don't fall in love with them because they're good at sports. We fall in love with their essence. And so our invitation is can we meet life that way? Can we meet from my essence to your essence? Can we meet in the essence of the sky, of this room, of this spaciousness? When we have a little dog, we're in love with the essence of our dog. We're not in love with the dog because I love this dog because it's a bulldog and I only love bulldogs. That's what I mean by. And there are people that are that crazy. There's people who, like I've had friends, like I have this little Shih Tzu dog, and people come over to my house and they don't like my dog. And they don't like it because, I only like big dogs, or a man's dog, or, a dog that's a wolf dog, and they don't like my dog because it's this little sweet lap dog. And so they come over with these judgments, these ideas of my dog. But to me, like when I look at Doodles, I see the whole universe in his eyes. He has such an innocence about him, such a tenderness, such a sweetness. And that's what I love him for. And most people, even if they come into my house with these harsh opinions of how my dog's stupid and how it's a dumb kind of dog to have, when they bend down and pet him and look into his eyes, they fall in love with him because he's such a sweetheart. And that's what I mean by stepping out of our minds, stepping out of our thoughts. And can we be willing to meet life that way? Can we be willing to connect that way? From our essence. And meet the essence of everyone, of everything. And when we meet in that way, it's a deep connection. And it's not like we just stand there and we're just like staring into each other's eyes and, doing some weird, spiritual dance that gets to be uncomfortable and awkward at some point, not like that. But it's like, can we just be that quiet presence and meet, heart to heart with whoever we're with? In a sense, I imagine you're already doing that, You're already doing that because you have that kind of presence about you, just such an innocent presence. And so can we meet from that place, instead of like, if you've ever seen people at the gym, they meet from like, I'm tough, I'm tougher than you place. We can meet in that place, and that can be fun for, 30 to 45 seconds. But after that 30 to 45 seconds of engaging in how much can you bench, or, let's flex together in the mirror and see who's got bigger muscles. Beyond that, there's this wonderful way we can meet. And this is the way we meet when we fall in love. And so can we do this? Can we allow this meeting throughout our whole life? So that's what I mean by stepping out of our minds, stepping out of our thoughts, and not meeting life from, like that mental place, that judgmental place. And what we notice is when we meet life from that innocence, we become innocent, and it feels wonderful. We feel wonderful. It feels liberating versus meeting life from an angry, judgmental, defensive place that's, hiding behind a mask. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely encountered that recently, and it feels much better to approach it.
Yeah, it feels much better to meet life from this than, I'm going to be
But then you
tough.
open yourself up. I don't know. Then you open yourself up to the vulnerability, and that's another battle.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. So to be open, to meet heart to heart with someone, we have to be willing and courageous enough to be vulnerable. And we can watch if someone hurts us, if someone rejects us, we can just notice that felt painful to my ego, that felt painful, it hurt, and I'm still alive. I'm still okay. I'm still very much here, very much unharmed. And so that's again where we can shift into this hugeness that we are, this innocence that we are. And if you open up to someone and they reject you, what's happening is they are showing you that they're incapable of staying open, and they're showing you that they are in so much pain that they have to reject you out of fear. And so it actually has nothing to do with you and everything to say about them. They're scared, and when people are scared, they reject you. And so our invitation is if we get rejected, we feel the pain, we have a good cry, whatever, if we need to have a cry. We feel the pain, and we meet it with love. We meet it with our love. And if I'm always waiting for you to love me and accept me and honor me, then I'm at the mercy of you and your capability of loving. But if I'm open and willing to meet myself with love, whether you accept me or reject me, and I become powerful, I become strong, I become embodied, and it doesn't make a difference what you do. So the invitation is, can we show up? Can we be open? If someone rejects us, and we love ourselves and stay open. Because if someone rejects us and we just put up our egoic wall again, it actually doesn't help us. It doesn't help us in any way. Egoic walls, we still feel a tremendous amount of pain, whether we have an egoic wall or not. If someone's rejecting us, and we believe in the rejection. But if we don't believe in the rejection, if we see it that it's their problem, they're hurting, we just kind of feel that tenderness in us that's hurt and love it. It passes quickly and we stay open. And then we live in an open-hearted way, a divine way, a beautiful way, a spacious way. And the world around us is just doing whatever it does.